Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. So, today I'm attempting to do a painting after one of the most influential painters in recent memory, the great Bob Ross. Okay, now this painting only took me a half hour. I did speed it up. I wasn't looking at any paintings, and it was from imagination. I was watching some videos on Bob Ross, and it inspired me to try it. So what I did was I put some ultramarine blue there with a little bit of white and a little bit of brown. And then I have some greens, basically a sap green and ultramarine. And here I'm just dabbing in a little bit of white. I'm using my Pashad box, by the way. It's a wonderful box, So I'm just feeling it out here, there's nothing wrong, like, the painters that you really enjoy, that inspire you, go ahead and paint along with them. I have quite a few, and some of them are here on Facebook and are still living today. So I'm adding a little bit different colors here and there. I'm not using a Bob Ross, his paint, for example, or I'm not using his exact paints that he used. But I thought, you know what? Kind of running out of ideas, so let's try this. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm putting in a mixture of brown with some green. That'd be an umber. And I am using odorless mineral spirits here, but not very often. And I am using, one of the brushes I'm using is a dry brush. This one here. I didn't use any linseed oil in this painting. And I was, just thinking, well, what can I do? Now, this is an 8 by 12 or 8 by 10 canvas panel. Okay? So it's not like the huge canvases. It's very small. And these are tricky to do. They can be tricky, especially if you're not used to using such a small space to paint. And I have a 2-inch brush and a 1-inch brush, along with the other ones that I'm doing here. And so from my mind, my imagination, from, after watching a few of Bob's videos, I was thinking, well, yeah, I want to come in here and paint. And you know what? I want to see it, and then I want to see if I can do it. But this is not a challenge. It wasn't a challenge for me. It was more or less, let's figure out if I can actually, see how it comes out. It is spontaneous, being spontaneous. At the same time, it's also, you're being yourself. You're adding your own flavor to it and such. You're adding your own. I've never been to art school, so I don't know. I mean, do people study Van Gogh and, and Turner and all these other great artists. Do they? You know, I don't know. I'm not schooled. Anyways, so I'm just having fun here. You know, there's no way I would have came on here and said, yeah, this is a painting that was off the top of my head. There's no way I would have done that. It's inspired by a Bob Ross painting, that a video that I seen, and and that's different. I mean, I'm always inspired by people. That's true, but this was actually inspired by one of his paintings I seen him do. You know, there's so many great artists out there. You know, and there's people all over Facebook, artists all over Facebook. And just because, you know, I get a great enjoyment out of watching them. And sometimes when I feel like I'm down in the dumps, or I'm like, where's my creativity gone? Sometimes I look for inspiration. And that's what I was doing here. It's all oil. You know, and I encourage you to do that too. In watercolor and acrylics and, you know, and basically this painting is all about shapes and soft touches with the bristles. Shapes, soft touches with the bristles. Using paper towels, of course, to wipe off the brushes here and there. But I had a great time painting this. You know, some of the greatest painters ever from the earlier days, they all studied the same concepts and at the same time eras, right? That's what they did. And then you had the different stages of paintings, and everyone started painting differently. That was like the trend, you know, in that. And so, you know, I mean, it that's the way it's always been, you know. Here we are in 2024, and, you know, it's okay to have fun. I mean, it's supposed to be fun, you know, not trying to be a Bob Ross. But you know, I give the man a lot of credit because he inspired millions and millions of people to paint for the first time, and he is a cultural icon. That's just a fact. It's a fact. He's put so much positivity into so many people, and gave a lot of people hope. You know, and that's what my channel is kind of about. You know, not based on anybody in particular, but give you hope, inspiration. In the meantime, I deal with things and my own personal things. There's a dry brush. That's the only dry brush that I used. And this was experimental. Look, I wiped out part of the landmass there. But that's okay. Come back and do it again. Maybe I didn't like the brown so much, so I put a little bit of some blue, darker blue with some green. And while I'm at it, let's just touch it up here and there. You know. I want to wish you guys a wonderful day, a great evening and afternoon, morning, and night, whenever you guys watch this, and whatever you're doing. I hope that you get some great enjoyment out of this, and I hope that inspires you. Um, Thank you for liking and subscribing to my videos. And, I really appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart. I did speed it up. It took me 25 minutes to do this in one take, and I didn't take any breaks. I didn't cut it. I just sped it up a little bit. If you enjoy my videos and my channel, please like and subscribe and share. Wishing you a wonderful day. Sincerely yours, John.